A lot of people don't know this. A surge in media reports around the world have reported on probably the greatest discovery of our time that affects every single person's view of life, the universe, and the afterlife. The implications have not been fully grasped and most people have overlooked it. The latest report comes from the Telegraph that states, "We proved that the Turin Shroud is 2,000 years old. The rest is a matter of faith."
Oh wow, that's incredible. So what does this mean and what is the Shroud? Can you tell us a little bit about what they've discovered?
A team of scientists led by Liberato De Caro at the Institute of Crystallography of the National Research Council in Bari, Italy, tested a method of dating fabrics using X-rays, checking the degradation of fabrics. They tested several fabrics of known age, including one from 1st century Masada, and found that the test was incredibly accurate at yielding precise results of the ages of fabrics. When they tested it on the Shroud of Turin, they discovered it had the same length of degradation as a typical similar fabric from the 1st century, proving that the Shroud of Turin was 2,000 years old. The shroud is an ancient cloth believed to have covered the historical Jesus of Nazareth. Scientists have always been perplexed over the image as it's so superficial at the molecular level that all means of creating it by an artist are ruled out, including daylight or natural light.
So if it's genuine like the science shows, why doesn't the church use it as a sign or say much about it?
And that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It might be that, like when children pretend to be superheroes, the church sometimes acts out faith but holds back from fully embracing the biggest miracles openly, almost as if they're just too unbelievable to be true. They may believe, but there's an hesitation to truly express confidence in events like Noah's flood or even the Shroud. It's as though the faith is there, but it's not always lived out with the full conviction openly that in this instance the science seems to support.
What else can you tell us about the image?
It's a perplexing mystery. It's more like a radiation scorch burn on the top 1% of a fibril than anything else it could be. When they did a blood analysis on this cloth recently, they discovered that not only was it consistent with a man who had been crucified, but there were indicators in the blood that it had been exposed to intense radiation, like he'd been in a nuclear reactor or a blast or something. That's a good clue that something extraordinary happened, maybe a resurrection. We can't prove scientifically that the image was caused by a resurrection, but there's limited understanding of what else could cause an image like this from a freak natural accident or occurrence. It remains a mystery to science.
Before we hear this top scientist's conclusion, let me inform you of this. If you are watching this video, then it's my guess you already know the story of the man of the Shroud of Turin. I think now is the right time for us, together to share the story of the Shroud of Turin with those who know little or nothing about it. My friend and fellow shroudie Tony Cunliffe has written this illustrated booklet, The Case of the Missing Body, which, in my opinion, provides an accurate overview of the story of the Shroud of Turin. How about buying a copy to share with your family or friends? It's available in print and an ebook, God bless, and the link is in the description or on my bio on TikTok.
The world, and the church especially, should embrace this discovery. It brings us to the end of the road, a fork in the road, if you will. You can either believe that something natural happened here and gave rise to supernatural stories, or you can accept the possibility that a powerful supernatural event like the resurrection really did occur. For the church, this should carry the same power that seeing the resurrected Jesus had for the apostles, who went out boldly proclaiming the resurrection. The one thing this discovery can't be is boring. It's the most exciting and profound discovery of our time.